Welcome to Pull a Pin Already, War Room Edition. I'm Jim. With me as usual, Nate
I'm Nate.
Dogg. And joining us today, who we haven't seen in a while, Ryan. What's going on,
Hello.
Ryan?
Just enjoying the day, man. Enjoying the day. It's freaking hot here in Georgia, dude.
Yeah, what are you drinking, dude?
Water.
Oh, man. It looked like some aloe vera thing or something.
No, it's this fancy $1.99 water.
Oh, nice. Well, not Steve is not here with us either. Hopefully he'll make some future episodes because
They got fancy out of the spigot water.
Yeah.
I got a cheap food
20.
club bottle.
$20 a month or something like that. Whatever water costs these days.
Right.
Well, we're here with our favorite war room. You guys know how this works, right? For those of you out there watching who don't know how it works, we bring up some headlines from media sources, and we discuss them from an average veteran perspective. Of course, Ryan here, we know you're above average. But we just talk about them as if we know them like everybody else in the entire country right now that just wants to comment on something they read and have no clue what they're talking about.
Talk about comments, Jim. You want to talk
Yes.
about a donkey? You want to talk about a donkey show?
I shared that with Ryan before you got on, and I even
did you?
shared it. You know what? Yeah, I thought about bringing it up and sharing it because I like the people who are interactive. Obviously, we're not huge, so we don't have a lot of interacting. But when the only comment you get on a certain platform is, you lost me because you brought up the donkey show, like you do understand we're veterans, right? It doesn't mean we participated in it. It doesn't mean we paid to watch it. It just means it's somewhere in our careers. If it's serious, sometimes guys just joke about stuff like that. But if it's serious, it probably happened somewhere in our careers. So,
Well, the person obviously knew about it, so they know what a donkey show is too. So what were they so upset about?
yeah, I don't know. I guess I assumed that they thought we were endorsing it or something. I don't know.
No.
Like, I don't go to those shows. I wouldn't pay for that stuff. I wouldn't. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever been to one.
The idea that if you know any veterans, you can never predict what's going to come out of their damn mouths. So donkey show should not be anything unusual to hear.
Right. And it's definitely not even one of our headlines here, but we've already spent quite a bit of time on the donkey shows, right? But if you're offended, you're probably on the wrong channel. I mean, I don't know. And one of the comments that struck me in there is like, who's our target market? Well, our target market is really anybody who wants to listen. I don't care what you believe in, who you believe in, what side you pick, whatever. I mean, anybody wants to listen. We're veterans. We just want to share our stories and our opinions. You don't like them? Sorry. You know what I mean? Move along. We're thick-skinned, so maybe you should be too.
Yeah, donkey show's just $20. Not that I know of. So here's the first headline.
We just lost another subscriber. All right, a Google engineer said he was placed on leave after claiming an AI chatbot was sentient.
Ryan,
Yeah. Okay.
are you with the source? Because what does sentient mean?
No, I'm not a thesaurus. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to find out. And I've got a
Jim?
master, so.
Jim, do you care to enlighten us on what this headline means?
Well, I don't have the definition of sentient,
Okay.
but from what I understand, because there's several articles, I actually was so curious about this. There were several articles. It's kind of like human-like. it's like it believes it's human.
Yeah.
So
Able to perceive or feel things.
yeah.
Well,
So-
if it's an AI chatbot, isn't it automatically chatting back at you? So isn't it human-like chatting back?
The
I don't know what a
reality
chat.
here is the key word in that sentence, AI. That means it's a really good algorithm. It's supposed to do that. That's the whole job of it. It's supposed to be human-like, So
That's artificial intelligence, right? That what we're talking about AI. Okay.
now, if AI is doing that good, then you did great. You're a great.
Okay. Just for you, Nate, Google is a company and a search engine.
What's an
right?
engineer?
Engineer.
How do we know it was a he?
Well, the guy who claimed he was put on
headline-
leave is a he because he is
headline-
identified as a he.
The headline assumed he was a he.
No, I think he admitted he was a he in the
Okay.
article.
Just making
No,
sure.
I
But
didn't
I
read the
think-
whole thing anyway, but I did
Well, the
research this because it's fascinating.
Yeah, the chatbot's doing the job it's supposed to be. So wouldn't it be sentient? Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
I think when you think about AI, this is the thing people are scared of. People are scared of AI becoming human-like, that they think they're superior to humans and they can do away with humans.
Well, can't you just unplug them?
Well, I guess, but I don't know how it works.
I mean,
maybe the algorithm's that good where they know what you're going to do to unplug them, so they reroute their electricity, or they use Wi-Fi, or maybe they're on Starlink from Elon Musk.
Right.
It's scary. I mean, maybe it means nothing to you, but this is kind of scary because the future of AI, I think, is going to be our downfall. I think it's going to be great for certain things, but it's going to really do us in.
so is this Google engineer claiming the AI chatbot's too good?
What he's claiming is when he brought it up, they put him on leave because they said, no, that's not true, because they don't want that information out there. Think about it. If this was just business as usual, like you were just trying to say, that's what they're supposed to do, he wouldn't have been put on leave. There wouldn't have been no problem.
So the issue with this is not that he was not what he's claiming, but the fact that he was put on leave for claiming it. I get it. I mean, it's just the opposite. Say, well, Google's hiding something here. Well,
He broke his non-disclosure statement.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think they're trying to get him with, actually. Oh, my God.
That's an AI, right? That's an AI chatbot right there. That's...
Yeah, no, I mean,
anyway.
I don't know. Google's got more advanced stuff than anybody I can think of, man. I mean, they got. I spent some time at a hotel doing some install and some network stuff down in the British Virgin Islands, and one of the guys who, I guess one of the Google owners, has an island right there where they were test driving. They were testing a flying car, but this is what I was told. I didn't see it, but I did see this hoverboard they were floating across the water on. It was pretty damn cool, and it was moving fast. It wasn't even like slow. It was really cool. I mean, they just got some really cool stuff. I'm sure there's some stuff we don't know about nor want to know about at this point because it scared the hell out of us. But I still don't believe any kind of AI is so advanced that it has feelings.
Well, if it gets to that point, I'm going to be worried.
Yes.
So my feeling is maybe we should go to the next one.
Yeah.
863 million in Biden stimulus payments went to 597,000 prison inmates.
They're
You got to
Americans too,
stimulate
right?
all economy.
Well,
Will they
look,
get more cigarettes?
well, look, no, those inmates buy from the commissary, right? The commissary has to buy from some food source, right? Some distributor, so they are, in fact, putting their money back into the economy.
I don't think they could spend that money, that stimulus check, in prison. How many cigarettes can they buy?
They put it on their books. They put it on their books, and then they spend it in the commissary. I don't think you can buy cigarettes in prison anymore. I think it's just food, Jim. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been in prison.
But still,
I mean,
they're stimulating the economy. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Did you
It's
get
funny
yours,
that
Ryan?
that money went to prisoners, though. I mean, that's a whole other. Jesus. At this point, I don't know why we're still doing stimulus payments, though. I mean, it's almost so stupid to even do them, let alone give them to prisoners. But I mean, just to give them out is just ridiculous.
I'm thinking that this is not from anything current. I'm thinking this is after they've went back and looked at where all the money went.
Hold on, let me look at this article. Let me see what that is.
Oh, you're cheating.
Oh, yeah, from the Onion. Okay, that's it. I got you. Okay.
From the Onion. Duffel blog.
Yeah, I wish I got these off the Onion. They'd be more fun to talk about.
Right.
All right, let's go to the next one because we're gonna have a lot to say about this one. This was an insurrection. Anti-life activists shut down streets near Supreme Court in protest of leaked Roe ruling. I don't know if it qualifies as an insurrection, but somebody who wrote this article thought it did.
Anti-life activists. So they're not for life? They're
Well,
for death?
no, this is well, you know this. This is the spin, right?
This
This is the spin they put. Right, anti-life. I don't think nobody's really anti-life, even if you're pro-abortion or pro-choice. They try to make it because pro-choice isn't really accurate either. You're pro-abortion. You literally want abortion to be around. But I don't want to say you're anti-life. I mean, even though you have a view that isn't a life, so that doesn't make you anti-life.
I gotta disagree with you on the pro-choice portion of what you said, though, because I don't necessarily agree with abortion, but I don't agree with it being my right to tell somebody else they can't have one either. So I think the pro-choice is right on. I think you should have the choice. Whatever you want to do is your choice.
Well, yeah, but if you dig deeper in that, see, this is my issue, right? Of course, I don't think anybody should kill anybody, right? We already have a law against death, right? So if you see that as a child, even though it's in your body, you're still killing that child. So I am kind of against that. But I also understand. I also understand too that I can't tell you. I mean, if I just say you can't get an abortion, you can still fall down the stairs. You can still punch yourself. You can still take something. Drink. You know what I mean? So I can't tell you not to do it. I think that the common ground in the middle is, number one, I'm not paying for it. That's for sure. I'm definitely not. None of my taxpayer dollars should go anything. That to me is just like getting a nose job or something. Obviously it's not, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to pay for your choices. And then my bigger problem when you say pro-choice is what happened to the choice before? Why is everybody being let off the hook for the choice to lay down in bed with a man or woman? Why?
What if
Well,
what if they're using it in a case of, say, rape, or a case of life and death of the child and or person carrying the baby? I don't know if we call them mothers anymore, but
Birthers they're called.
sorry, yeah. I mean, you don't want your tax dollars going to help those type of people?
Well, no. Well, first of all, if it's for the saving the life of the mother, well, you wouldn't be saving the life of the child, because the definition of abortion is taking the life of the child.
Well, the
If you're
child's not
doing it
going to
to
live
save
once
the
it's
mother's
born.
life, if you're doing it to save the mother's life, we already do that. Those are medical procedures. We already do that.
It's still called abortion.
Well, you call it whatever you want.
No, it's still called abortion.
Well, right, but I think anybody can concede the fact that saving one life for another is still a reasonable thing to do. Now,
Right,
when
so
you talk about
you're
rape,
okay with your tax dollars for that? 'Cause you
I'm
said you
okay
don't-
with that.
I just want to clarify.
If literally the mother's life is in danger because of this child, yes, of course, because
Okay.
that would be like killing the mom, forcing her to have a baby to kill herself. That would be dumb. That doesn't even make sense.
I was just checking. You said you don't want your
But
tax
now,
dollars going to it.
Now, rape and incest, now, that's a little tougher. That's a little tougher because, number one, it's still a child. Number two, you don't have to keep it. You know what I mean? So that's a tough one.
Well, rape and incest are two different for me. Incest, you probably did it on your own. Rape, you didn't have intent to get pregnant. You didn't want to. Someone raped you and did something wrong to you. Incest is something different. You might have voluntarily had sex with a family member. I mean, Ryan doesn't enjoy it, so.
And if you think about it, though, if you allow the baby to be born, you can give it up for adoption and still hold the raper on the hook for the pay. Right? So what best way to get back at the person who committed it, right?
How are you going to make him pay?
Yeah, that's
He's still the father of a child.
Yeah, there's plenty of fathers who don't pay right now already.
Well, a lot of them are in jail.
And they voluntarily
usually have some kind of rights to that child too. So if you give that child up for adoption, you don't have those rights either. But as far as
if you keep the child and make him pay child support, then he has a right to that child. And I want one of my rapists having a right to a child.
Right. Exactly.
Well, he'd probably be in prison. We think he's just going to commit a rape and then just go back to work and pay child support.
Have you seen everybody getting out of prison or getting alpha crimes nowadays, Jim? Yeah, I do expect that. The way it's going right now, yeah.
That's because the law is not being upheld the way it's supposed to. I'm talking about actually law being written. And even at that, like I said, I'm even willing to concede those things as long as it's caught early, those parameters. But yeah, I mean, I think there's more flexibility in the argument for abortion than these people who just want nothing. They just want my choice. That's it.
I think we took the wrong thing out of this article, right? I think we're going on this long thing about this abortion thing, when really the idea here is that that's an insurrection, right? These days, if you don't stop when the cop holds his hand out, that's an insurrection. Man. You should have stopped. Everything's prosecutable now. We should have an act of Congress because the cop held his hand out and that car drove by. It's stupid what they're calling. This whole article is just one big media push of bullshit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's definitely got I'd say probably a right-leaning spin to it, But I also, will welcome the argument about the protesting because there is a federal crime against this. So whether you call it insurrection or not, this shouldn't be happening over and over, even after the guy that got arrested for trying to assassinate Kavanaugh.
This does, the article, you're jumping to conclusions. We don't know if these activists got a permit to protest, so they could have had a permit that shut down the streets.
No, there is no permit that allows it's a federal law. You cannot protest in front of a Supreme Court's house. You can't do it.
It didn't say Supreme Court. It said near the Supreme Court.
The court itself?
Yeah, it didn't say a justice's house. It just says near the Supreme Court. The road in front of the Supreme Court's.
Oh, then shoot. I read that wrong. Then shoot. Yeah, go ahead. Go to the Supreme Court.
Hey, road's not the justice. That's not the justice.
That's just the place all of them work.
Oh, yeah, that's
sure. Just where they work. Yeah.
I thought they were talking about in front of their houses again, because that's a crime. But in front of the Supreme Court, go for it. Shut down all of it. Shut the whole place down.
All right, now the article is blown out of the water. Let's do the next one.
yeah, we should just scratch that whole article and just talk about whatever we felt like. All right, well, let's go to the last one anyway, because this last one's going to probably have just as much conversation. January 6th committee subpoenas campaign manager of Liz Cheney's primary challenger day after poll shows she's getting crushed.
That's how you try and do it. You're trying to flip the script on them, huh? I'm getting beat. Let me try and get him in trouble.
Well, isn't this what January 6th is about, dude? It's what it's about. It's about not having Trump be allowed to run again. It's about anybody who supported Trump being removed. That's what it's all about. It's all about that. And this is a year later. This guy that was running against Liz Cheney was a year later. They arrested him. A year later.
They just subpoenaed him. They didn't arrest him.
Well, whatever they did to him.
That just means you gotta come show up in court and testify.
They actually, whatever. It just, I don't know. This stuff's getting nonsense. I don't even know if I know what the hell I'm talking about anymore because it's getting it's like a soap opera now. It's I can't even keep up with it.
You don't watch it on TV the other day when they had the big special on it?
I don't watch that garbage.
I do think you're right, though. I think everything's about pushing, make sure that Trump not just Trump doesn't ever try to come back, but nobody ever tries to do it again. They don't want another Trump in there. They don't want anybody else outside of their little bubble to come in there.
Yeah, you're right, Ryan. I mean, that's what I said. You don't have to be Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative to realize there is an establishment. Mm-hmm. There's a group of people up in that White House and beyond, because it's not just the White House, not just politicians. You got lobbyists. You got people who move from politician to lobby to CEO or any combination of those, and they're just moving all about the government. They're all the same people. It's all the same, like Republican, Democrat.
Just like what they're doing to my representative, Marjorie Greene. They tried to make it where she couldn't even run again. Just because she won, and she's not the voice they want to hear.
So think about that, right? In all the other countries that have the tyrannical governments or all the things they accuse Trump of being, they're literally doing right now. They're arresting their opposition. They're silencing them. They're trying to take them down. And then they're like, well, why you get mad when we're trying to take your guns away? Like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? You're literally silencing your opposition. Remember back in the day, even talk about like Alex Jones. Remember back in the day when Alex Jones would say something and people were like, that dude's crazy. You know what I mean? That's all you needed. You just needed to hear him talk and people would be like, he's crazy. But now they have to take him off. Because you know why? Because he's probably not as crazy as we thought he was.
Right. You got a point to make, yeah.
So now they're coming after anybody that disagrees with him. You see it in the media, censored for anything. COVID. How about the witness, the not the leaker, they call him the whistleblower. Remember that nobody was allowed to say his name, and if you publish his name, they ban you, and all these things. Dude, it's obvious, man. It's just obvious. This show's probably gonna be censored on YouTube for some reason. I don't know.
Because it's YouTube.
Yeah. So the 3 people that watch it won't be able to see it.
Well, on to a better subject. I'm only going to be a day late since today's Wednesday, but yesterday, happy birthday to the U.S. Army.
Oh, yep.
All right. Good call. Good call. Totally missed that one.
We should have did a special episode on Tuesday instead of this one on Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, I was too busy celebrating Pride Month, so I
Good
forgot
for
about
you.
the Army.
Way to be all inclusive, Jim. Way to be all inclusive.
Yeah. I was proud. I was proud to be a cis white heterosexual male. So, yeah. And I want to take the rainbow back because I think that was a gift from God, not from any other course of action. All right. Well, we probably hit enough buttons here to get us banned.
I was just saying happy birthday to the Army, Jim. I was just saying happy birthday to the Army. That's all I was saying.
And you keep walking me into these rabbit holes. I'm just going to blame you, right? Because nothing is my fault. It's all your fault. And that is all the time we have for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got a kick out. I hope if it was funny or upsetting, I hope you get over it. And hope to see you next time. If you're a veteran, get involved. If not, enjoy. Hey, reach out, comment. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin already. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinion. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.